Have you ever wondered why the connections you desire seem always just out of reach? That question can echo in your mind, reminding you of every moment of sadness, every relationship that never materialized. The pain of disconnection isn't just about the absence of love. It's about the energy we emit. Often, deep affections are all around you, but your own emotional vibration may be pushing them away. In the quest for love, we can inadvertently create barriers. Yes, barriers that aren't visible to the eye, but manifest in our interactions. Feelings of rejection, loneliness, and invisibility turn us into prisoners of our own energies. When our aura is heavy with insecurity, anger, or sadness, that emanation can repel what we fervently desire. Each unfulfilled romantic experience can be seen as a reflection of unresolved parts of ourselves. What you feel is a reflection of what you have yet to integrate. It's as if we are wearing a mask, presenting to the world something we are not. Facing emotional wounds is a vital step to make space in your heart. It takes courage. By understanding your pain, you start your healing. When pain becomes part of your story, you also gain the wisdom to rewrite that narrative. We invite you to explore your own energy. Ask yourself, what within you may be blocking the arrival of love? This journey isn't easy, but it is through it that we find true freedom. By acknowledging and accepting our shadows, we pave the way for the light. It's a journey of self-discovery that requires patience. But when your energy shifts, the world around you shifts as well. You are not alone in this search. The experiences you feel are shared by many. Silence is not empty. It's a space full of possibilities. The love you seek already resides within you, waiting to be discovered and released. Inner transformation is the only lasting reality, and true freedom begins where attachment ends. Have you ever noticed how the feeling of loneliness can be almost palpable, like a shadow that follows you even in moments of company? This pain is often driven by something deeper, the energy you emit. What if I told you that this energy can push away those you wish to have close? Many times, the vibrations we give off are not just our feelings. They become our invisible shield, repelling meaningful connections. What we perceive as rejection may simply be a reflection of the pain we carry within. Insecurity, sadness, and anger form a dense aura, making it hard for love to penetrate. And so, you find yourself navigating a lonely path, aware that the love you desire seems to slip away, like sand through your fingers. This realization can be hard to accept. Every disappointment, every relationship that doesn't materialize, is a call to look inward. What lies behind this pain? Where are the unhealed wounds you still carry? You may feel invisible, but this invisibility comes from not acknowledging the shadows that dwell in your being. By dealing with your emotions, you start dismantling those barriers that have formed over time. This is the invitation. Begin to explore your own energy. Ask yourself honestly, what within you may be blocking the arrival of love? This is not an easy path, but it is a necessary one. By embracing your shadows, you not only grow stronger, but you also begin to release the love that already exists within you. When your energy changes, the world around you changes too. The doors that once seemed locked begin to open. And all of this starts when you choose to face the silence of your pain. Otherwise, that pain will continue to shape your reality in ways you never imagined. True love, the kind that transforms, doesn't begin outside. It blooms from within. Prepare yourself for change. Silence also speaks, and sometimes it heals. Have you stopped to think that the feeling of loneliness can be a persistent shadow, even when surrounded by people? There is a silent pain that feeds off the energy you project, as if this emotional vibration becomes a magnetic field, repelling those you long to be near. Each rejection is not just an isolated event, it's an echo, a sign of something deeper that has yet to be resolved. You might be wondering, why doesn't the love I desire come to me? The answer isn't out there, it lies within you. The barriers you build are not made of stone, but of insecurities, traumas, and unresolved emotions. The aura you create consists of your wounds, and if it is filled with pain, anger, or sadness, what you attract reflects that. The love you so deeply desire may be right around you, but if you don't confront these emotions, you'll always be caught between desire and reality. Every unfulfilled relationship is an opportunity to look within and ask yourself, what in me might be blocking the arrival of love? This question isn't simple, but it's necessary. Facing what you feel is a path filled with challenges, and it takes courage, but it's an essential step to create space in your heart. The transformation you seek begins here, recognizing that you are not alone on this journey. The same insecurities and fears that live in you also reside in others. Silence is not absence. It is a vast field of possibilities. The love you seek isn't lost. It already resides within you, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. But that revelation comes only when you decide to face your shadows. Are you ready to confront what your energy says about you? The silence you carry might be the first step toward true transformation. Like a silent monk, observing without judgment, find the space within yourself to embrace both the wounds and the lessons they bring. Because in the end, only when your energy changes does the outside begin to transform. Have you noticed that sometimes the connections we so deeply desire seem always to be just out of reach? This feeling is an emotional labyrinth, where every corner brings forth memories of relationships that never materialized. It's a pain that resonates, not merely from being alone, but because the energy we emit often acts as an invisible barrier, repelling the love we long for. When we talk about love, we often fail to recognize that each disappointment is an invitation to look within. The truth is that what manifests in our lives is a reflection of what we carry deep inside. Insecurities, anger, sadness. These emotions become a dense layer over our aura, creating an emanation that pushes away meaningful connections. Like a silent monk, observing in introspection, we are challenged to face the shadows within us. So, what could truly be blocking your journey to love? Each relationship that doesn't come to fruition is an opportunity for internal exploration. By recognizing the unhealed wounds that linger, we initiate a healing process. Facing this pain is not an act of weakness. It's a step towards transformation. When we accept what we feel, we begin to rewrite our narrative. This journey of self-exploration is not simple and is laden with anxiety and insecurity. It's a path that few are willing to take, but it is necessary. By facing your shadows, you not only create space for love, but also reveal the light that has always been there, waiting to shine. You are not alone in this labyrinth. Many share the same battle, and the silence that seems empty is, in fact, a repository of possibilities. The love you seek is not far away. It already resides within you, ready to be set free, as long as you choose to confront it. It is in the rediscovery of yourself that true peace is found. And this starts with a simple inward look, in the quest for the courage to acknowledge your own wounds. And in this way, subtle revelations can become a new beginning. After all, the love you seek is not a destination, it's an internal journey. On this path of healing, change is inevitable and powerful. You may feel that the love you yearn for always seems just out of reach, like a fleeting reflection you can't quite grasp. This is an experience many face, touching on something fundamental in our quest for connection. What many don't realize is that more than our conscious efforts, it's the energy we emanate that truly shapes our interactions. When our aura is dense, weighed down by fears and insecurities, it becomes an invisible barrier that pushes away the love we so desperately desire. Each disappointment and broken heart is not just a moment of pain, but an invitation to dive deep within ourselves. By listening to the pain that calls to us, we find the opportunity to transition from loneliness to self-compassion. What unresolved wounds do you carry? What shadows are preventing you from hearing and receiving the voice of genuine love? These questions may be challenging and initially painful, but they are essential for transformation. The healing journey can be solitary, but you are not alone. Others share this journey, reflecting the same anxieties and the same desire for true and meaningful love. This isn't just an invitation to seek love, it's an invitation to be love. Love for yourself, for your scars, and for the growth journey they represent. Remember, it's in the acceptance of your wounds that you begin to create new patterns. When you are encouraged to observe your own energy, something unexpected happens. The world around you begins to change. This manifests when you choose to face your shadows, releasing the light that has always been within you, ready to shine. You may realize that the love that seems unreachable might already be waiting inside you. True transformation lies in recognizing that the foundation of love we seek must be built on solid ground within ourselves. Here arises the moment of choice, to accept what you feel and embark on this journey of self-discovery, or to remain in the solitude of denial. By facing your wounds, recognizing and caring for them, you also embrace your freedom. This is courage, and only then, when your energy shifts, does the world around you begin to reflect that new light. Silence also speaks, and sometimes it heals. Have you ever stopped to consider that your romantic experiences might reflect something deeper about yourself? Often, we wonder why love seems always out of reach, like a mystery we can't unravel. This relentless pursuit of connection can disguise a subtle invitation, a call to self-reflection. Each unfulfilled relationship, each disappointment, is an echo of the wounds we silently carry. Have you ever felt invisible, even when surrounded by others? That feeling is a result of the energy you radiate. When your aura is filled with insecurity and pain, that vibration becomes a shield, repelling the meaningful connections you desire. Love, then, seems to slip through your fingers as you grapple with memories of failed relationships. What truly follows you? The unhealed wounds that refuse to let go. What you feel is a reflection of what you have yet to integrate. Acknowledging this can be uncomfortable. It takes courage to face your shadows, but that is the first step. By confronting these parts of yourself, you create space for true transformation. Ask yourself, what within me might be blocking the arrival of love? This is not a simple question, but it is fundamental. Recognizing the pain you feel is the key to starting your healing journey. By doing so, you allow yourself to release the love that, in essence, already resides within you. When you allow yourself to explore your internal energy, something extraordinary happens. The world around you begins to change. The barriers that once held you back dissolve, and those doors that seemed locked may start to open. Not because the external reality has changed, but because you have begun to transform your internal reality. This is a process that doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience and self-love. Are you ready to look within? True transformation begins when you accept that by confronting your pain, you open the way for genuine love. The silence that you might be fearing is, in fact, a space full of potential. It is in this silence that true healing takes place. Have you ever felt that the love you desire always seems just out of reach, like a distant echo in an empty cave? This feeling of loneliness sometimes follows you, even in the midst of a crowd. It doesn't come from nowhere. It is fed by the energy you radiate. What you feel often reflects the reality you live in. You may not be aware of it, but that internal vibration becomes an invisible shield, pushing away the meaningful connections you yearn for. Each romantic disappointment isn't just a moment of pain. It's an invitation to look inward. It's an echo calling for healing, like a shadow that insists on staying, not out of malice, but from a lack of nurturing. Your unhealed wounds create this dense aura, a field of resistance that makes love slip through your fingers. Each battle leaves you feeling less seen, cornered by your own emotions. But what is truly blocking your journey in search of love? Every unharvested fruit is a lost petal, a sign that it may be time to understand that these laments and frustrations are merely reflections of what you carry inside. What emerges is an opportunity, the chance to face these pains while recognizing your shadows. When you observe, when you sincerely ask yourself what this persistent inner silence is, you begin to rewrite your own story. This isn't an easy journey, but it is necessary. Embrace your scars as part of the narrative that shapes who you are. This courage is the key to transformation. The love you seek, in fact, has roots in you. When you allow that energy to shift, when you decide to confront what you feel, the world around you begins to adjust, molding itself to this new flow. Therefore, by looking within, you not only prepare to receive love, but also become an agent of change in your own narrative. Be honest with yourself in this space and discover that by doing so, you are not alone in this search. In every tear of pain, there lies a drop of wisdom waiting to be acknowledged. After all, the love you desire already resides within you, simply waiting for the right moment to bloom. Silence also speaks, and sometimes it heals. Do you feel that the love you so desperately seek seems to be a distant horizon, an echo of something that never materializes? This experience is not uncommon, and often the origin of this emotional labyrinth lies in the energy you emit. Let's explore that. Many times, we feel invisible, as if our presence leaves no mark. This feeling of loneliness is a direct manifestation of a dense aura, an involuntary protection based on past wounds. Insecurity, unresolved pain, and repressed emotions become invisible barriers, keeping those we truly wish to connect with at bay. The love you long for is not simply outside, it is reflected in the energy you project. Each romantic disappointment is a subtle call. It asks you to examine those wounds that still bleed. What do you feel? What lies behind this pain? When we face these emotions, instead of denying or hiding them, we initiate a process of transformation. By allowing our wounds to be seen, we begin to redefine the narrative we carry, not as victims, but as healers of our own souls. What within you might be blocking the arrival of love? This isn't a simple question. Confronting it takes courage. Your introspection could be the key that opens the doors to new connections, new energies that align with the light you are capable of emitting. When you begin to recognize and embrace your shadows, the energy around you starts to shift. The silence you may be fearing transforms into a space of potential, a space for healing and possibilities. You are not alone on this journey. The experiences you feel are shared by many. Accepting this reality can bring immense relief because, by opening up to the collective pain, you realize that you don't carry this weight alone. The love you seek already resides within you, and it's up to you to reveal that essence. The path is internal and genuine. Silence also speaks, and sometimes it heals. Have you ever wondered why the love you so deeply desire always seems distant, like a mirage in an emotional desert? This relentless search can turn into an exhausting cycle of unfulfilled hopes and dark rejections. What many don't realize is that this feeling is amplified by the energy we emit, creating an invisible barrier between us and the deeply meaningful relationships we crave. The pain of rejection and the feeling of invisibility can be unbearable. However, it's crucial to understand that these feelings are not mere coincidences. They reveal a pattern. The aura you create, often filled with insecurity, sadness, and fear, becomes a shield that repels the type of love you long for. It is this energetic field that shapes the reality we experience. Each romantic disappointment is not just an open wound, but an invitation to reflect. What lies behind this pain? Where are the unhealed wounds that cry out for attention? Recognizing and confronting these shadows is the beginning of a crucial journey. Through this internal gaze, you discover that the barriers are often built from insecurities and traumas, not from a lack of external love, but from a lack of internal acceptance. This journey is not easy, but it is not a solitary one. Many share this struggle, feeling the weight of the same silence, the same unexpressed pain. You are not just searching for love. You are being called to be love. True courage lies not in the external search, but in the willingness to open up and explore the depths of your own being. The love you seek is not lost. It already resides within you, waiting to be released. When you choose to face your wounds, when your energy shifts, the world around you transforms as well. This internal change is where true freedom resides. A freedom that begins where attachment ends. The love you seek already lives within you. Silence also speaks, and sometimes it heals.